There's something truly special about walking into a movie theater, sitting down with your popcorn, and the lights dimming as you're transported into another world. But streaming services have reshaped the way audiences watch movies. We now have thousands of films and TV shows at our fingertips. We can sit on our couches, pause, rewind, skip, and control the experience. But do these conveniences outweigh the magic of the big screen? Let's find out. A lot of people only go to the theater when a big blockbuster film is released and often choose to watch a movie at home when it doesn't feel like it needs the theater experience. In some ways, studios and big chain theaters have only reinforced this idea. There's a lot of films that end up going straight to streaming or hit streaming only days after their theatrical release. Chain movie theaters often fill their screens with the latest blockbusters or films that are creating a lot of buzz. Of course, there's still independent theaters that focus more on showing smaller budget films and indie releases, but most of the time, those kinds of theaters aren't filling their seats with casual moviegoers. Don't get me wrong, it completely makes sense to fill theater screens with the movies most likely to attract a big audience and bring in the most money, but in a way, movie theater chains and studios have sort of shifted audiences' mindsets on why we go to the theater. It's become more like an event in ways, and I think a lot of people have forgotten what's truly special about the movie theater experience. This first reason may seem pretty obvious, but I think there's a lot of us that don't realize how even little distractions when we're at home watching a film can affect how we're impacted by it. Now, I understand that theaters can still have distractions such as people eating and drinking super loud or even worse, talking during the film, but out of the numerous times I've been to a theater over the last few years, I can't think of a single time when someone was being so distracting that it took me out of the movie. Of course, some audiences are worse than others, and maybe I've been lucky to not have a bad experience in a long time, but I do believe that the number of distractions at home greatly outweigh the distractions in a theater. It's so much easier to go on your phone, pause the movie and get a snack, or even just get distracted by whatever else you have to do. In a theater, you're more likely to focus strictly on the film because you're not only paying to see it, as well as making an effort to go to the theater, but the smaller amount of opportunities to be distracted allows you to get fully immersed in the story and world. You're going to feel the emotional impacts more, get connected to characters deeper, and be invested in the story as a whole. As frustrating as bad audience members can be, when you get an entire theater full of people genuinely enjoying a film together, it only elevates the experience even more. Recently, the Minecraft movie went viral online for a trend that started because of the chicken jockey scene.
Chicken jockey!
And even though a lot of people took this trend way too far, there was still something special about sharing that moment with others when it was simply people just anticipating that moment and saying the line at the same time. Besides just silly moments like this, emotions are contagious and people react to the energy in a room. When you hear someone else laugh, cry, or even gasp, it reinforces your own feelings. Take watching a horror movie as an example. If you're watching it alone, you might still get scared and even jump, but when you're in a theater surrounded by others reacting to a jump scare, it's a completely different experience and makes those moments even more impactful. On the opposite side, watching a comedy by yourself, you might laugh a little here and there, but when a whole theater is hysterically laughing at a joke or scene together, it makes it even funnier. In a way, the audience becomes like a second character, adding another layer to the experience. On top of this, even during quiet moments, you're still connected to others around you and tuned in to the same frequency. Humans have been gathering and telling stories with each other for thousands of years, and in a way, a movie theater is a modern-day campfire. Watching something together sort of fills a primal urge to share narratives with one another. If you go to the theater with friends, family members, or even a spouse, then you can share your thoughts together after the movie, reliving those scary or hilarious scenes. And these conversations can also lead to interesting perspectives that you might not have thought about and elevate what you saw even more. Possibly the most special thing about a movie theater is how immersive they are. The dark room, loud speakers, and giant screen create an experience that you can't replicate at home. You hear every little sound, see every detail, and feel the emotions of the characters in the way they were meant to be felt. All of this pulls you into the story and world of a film so much more than it could ever do from your couch at home. Like I stated at the beginning, blockbuster movies full of action and epic moments are often what draw people to the theater. I love seeing giant monsters destroy things, intense shootouts, fight sequences, and explosions as much as the next person, but some of the most impactful moments that I've experienced in a theater have been when a film perfectly captures human emotions. Whether that's the sadness and heartbreak Lee Chandler feels in Manchester by the Sea, the genuine love between Jess and Celine in Before Sunrise, or the immense amount of anxiety felt through Howard in Uncut Gems. It's human moments like these that make a theater such a special place to watch a film. Seeing a person's face up close on a massive screen as they feel sadness, joy, love, or even anger makes you feel a character's emotions so much deeper, and in return, it affects your own emotions. On a smaller screen, you don't notice all the subtle twitches, movements, and emotions that are in a person's eyes like you do when a close-up of someone is all you have to focus on in a theater. These types of moments become overwhelming on a big screen in the best way possible. Stories are often about people, and human faces capture those stories better than anything else. As captivating as it is to see a crazy action sequence at a theater, seeing the human condition on the big screen is even more immersive and impactful. Watching a film in a theater is still the greatest way to experience it. Not only does it give you a break from distractions that are around you when watching a movie at home, but it allows you to share every beat of a story with a group of people and fully immerse yourself in it. There's nothing that can replicate seeing human emotions on a massive screen like a theater can. It's truly a one-of-a-kind experience and is the way movies are meant to be seen and felt. Whether you're watching the latest action-packed blockbuster or a drama full of emotions, just take a moment to really appreciate the magic of a movie theater. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing. If you want to support the channel even further, think about hitting the join button down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.